Hi, my name is Michelle Hoskin and I'm the founder and director of Standards International. And today I'm going to share with you some of the frequently asked questions that we get asked as a team here at Standards International about BS 8453, which is a standard for a regulated compliance framework. I won't take too much of your time, so let's just dive straight in. So, if you think about it, financial services is one of the most heavily regulated professions on the planet. Yet it's quite interesting that the compliance organisations and outsourced consultants that exist in our marketplace are actually mainly and in the main unregulated. Yet the support that they provide you is in such a heavily regulated department within your business. Now, this was a concern for us as it was for the drafting committee. So BS 8453 has been designed so that organisations can use a British standard in compliance to use as their framework to run their compliance provision and their department. What also is happening is that firms within financial services are using it for their outsourced compliance organisations to use as their framework within their own business. So it's a win-win all round, and it's got some amazing clauses within it. It was created, as all standards are, by a drafting committee, and these organisations represented the whole sector in order to bring a rounded and more best practice view of what compliance was, rather than just the regulatory view. So these organisations came from fully across the sector, and what you now have is a all-rounded, very robust framework for the provision of compliance within your organisation. Now, this is interesting. So, BS 8453 has been around for several years, and it's only recently now that firms are deciding to adopt it as their standard. We believe that this is because, one, they realise that outsourced compliance organisations are just not coming up to scratch in terms of taking full responsibility, which naturally they cannot, for that organisation's compliance. It's very much a tick box exercise. So firms are adopting this standard because they want to take full control over their own compliance provision, but with the confidence and the peace of mind that knowing that what they're doing within that department or within that area of their business meets the British requirements of this standard. Within the organisation, you often find that the business manager, the practice manager, the senior administrator, or probably the person that's the compliance assistant within that organisation is using this as their framework. So often we like to liaise with the people internally within a firm that has the authority and the autonomy in order to make better provisions and put and implement frameworks within that organisation where compliance and or best practice are at the centre of that culture. So it's the individual that's really responsible for making sure that things are done correctly. The biggest benefits of achieving this standard, again, as I've said in other videos about the benefits, are vast, but peace of mind is definitely one of them. We've recently had a firm that has implemented this standard at the launch of their business, and I can only tell you what they've said to me and the peace of mind that they now have in their business, knowing that their compliance is robust, but most importantly, goes over and above the regulatory requirements, so that actually they don't talk about compliance, they more talk about best practice. So it's consistency, it's standardization, it's peace of mind, it is a consistent set of controls that people are working towards and are maintaining, and the benefits are endless. The process is very simple, as with all of our certification schemes. First of all, you have to reach out, get in contact with us, pick up the phone, drop us an email. We want to understand what it is you're trying to achieve. Once we've understood and made sure that this standard is right for you, we start with an application. The application is online. As soon as we get it, we will review that application to make sure the fit is right. We do not want any firms going through this process where this is not absolutely correct and right for them. It's a lose-lose all round if we get working with a firm that have not fully understood what this involves. Once the application has been accepted, we'll engage you into our academy program, and that will involve a self-assessment and a gap analysis where we will help you understand where your gaps are. There's a number of training inputs where you can gain a much deeper understanding of what's involved in the standard. And then at the point that we've understood what the gaps are, we then work with you so that you are fully equipped with the information and knowledge that you need to identify of where those gaps have been, where they are, so that you can then put corrective actions in place to make your system solid and robust. Once you've done that, we will then look to book an assessment, and that is where one of our independent assessors will come into your business to help you go through the process to understand and gather that evidence so that you as an organisation can provide the proof that your infrastructures are meeting the requirements of those standards. How long does it take? Well, how long's a piece of string? It depends where you're starting from, to be honest. If you're starting with a system that's pretty solid, sturdy, robust, and is implemented, then probably not very long. If you are a new business that has no infrastructure in place. So, for example, if you are moving from a network that takes care of all of your compliance for you, but moving into an independently regulated position, you're being directly authorized, and it might take a little bit longer. But ultimately, this is the framework that the more you embrace it and put best practice at the heart of this process, the more the rewards you will get. So naturally, with the individual that takes the business through this certification process, we want to recognise their hard work, commitment and achievement in getting that business to a position where it can be awarded this British standard. So we award the internal auditor, the compliance officer, it could be the business manager, the certificate and compliance management, because they have been the one that has worked tirelessly probably over that process to put in those controls and measures in order that the business has a robust infrastructure. And it's the way that we recognise them, because they are often forgotten in the realms of kind of what planners do and advisors do, and even now the new breed of super paraplanners. The recognition is often missed in this area of compliance and business management. So as with all of the standards, they're there to help you in your business, help you and your team, help you achieve your true potential. And ultimately what they're all trying to do is turn practices into businesses. So join me, let's get you involved in the process, and let's see what we can really uncover the unique and amazing elements of your business.